The top 7 dividend-paying stocks and ETFs that I'm adding in the month of June to my 7-figure dividend growth portfolio. What stocks and ETFs are these 7 exactly? Well, stay tuned to find out. Real quick, for those that haven't already, make sure to go to the first link in my description and grab my new dividend investing ebook, where I share exactly how I went from $0 invested to now earning over $6,000 on a monthly basis and over $1 million invested in the markets. Along with the ebook, you're also going to receive my custom dividend tracker, where you can track your dividend progress on an ongoing basis and reach your dividend investing goals. So make sure to grab yourself a copy of my dividend investing ebook and the new dividend tracker today. It's the first link in my description. The first single stock that I've been adding like crazy to my portfolio as of recently, once again, and a single stock that I'm planning on adding a lot more in the month of June, is ticker symbol Realty Income, which currently is offering a forward dividend yield of around 5.77%, which is actually down from as of recently, and this is because Realty Income has had a little bump in the market along with pretty much all the REITs, and this is due to the fact that there are most likely going to be rate cuts somewhere on the horizon. Now, I've talked about Realty Income so many times on this channel, and the fact that I currently have around $156,000 worth of ticker symbol definitely proves my liking to this stock. Now, some more stats about Realty Income. Like I said, it's still trading in the 50s, so that's offering a long-term buying opportunity in my opinion. Of course, I could be wrong, but I'm buying more Realty Income at these levels. Realty Income has 29 years of dividend growth and 55 years of uninterrupted dividends being paid, 3% to 5% dividend growth per year, which isn't the fastest dividend growth, but keep in mind, at almost 6% starting yield, I don't think any one of us are complaining. Now, with how many shares of Realty Income I have as of right now, I'm currently earning around $750 in dividends every single month, and with the most recent dividend increase, this raised my monthly dividend amount by like $15, which might not seem like a lot, but $15 more per month without doing anything is pretty awesome. Like I mentioned, Realty Income has been cheaper than this. It has been more expensive than this, but in the month of June, I'm going to continue to grab more shares of Realty Income and track closer and closer to 3,000 shares, which I'll hopefully get to by the end of this year. An ETF that I'm buying like crazy in the month of June and stacking up more and more shares of because I already have quite a bit is ticker symbol DIVO, or the Amplify CWP Enhanced Dividend Income ETF. Now, if you're not familiar with DIVO, it's an ETF that buys a small, concentrated basket of equities and sells covered calls on them. Now, because of this strategy, you're getting exposure to some super high quality dividend growth names, but also with that covered call overlay, DIVO pays a nice, decent starting yield of around 4.58% and pays a dividend monthly, which is definitely important to at least some investors out there. Now, as of last count, I have well over 1,000 shares of DIVO across my portfolios, but because of DIVO's strategy and the low beta nature, and sort of more or less just a store of value, every time more or less I have extra cash in my portfolios, I always think to myself, what could I buy with this extra dollar? And most of the time I think to myself, I'll grab a few more shares of DIVO. Now, DIVO doesn't necessarily have any dividend growth. It more or less pays around 15 cents every single month. But where DIVO is trading as of right now, I think DIVO could easily be above $40 per share in the upcoming months, and DIVO is on my personal buy list when it comes to June. Maybe one of the most important assets that I'm buying as of right now in the month of June, and I'm going to continue to buy all month long, is SCHD, or the Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF. Now, I say this is very important because what's coming up, SCHD's ex-dividend date is coming up very, very soon. It's estimated to be around the end of June somewhere. Now, I saw somewhere online that SCHD isn't actually going to be paying their dividend until July actually, but as of right now, I'm currently, as of filming this video, sitting on 622 shares of SCHD across my portfolios, which I'm super excited about because every single share that I gather as of right now is going to pay me somewhere around, hopefully, 65, 70 cents when it comes to early July. Now, if you want to see exactly why I'm so into SCHD and why this is my favorite dividend growth ETF across the entire market as of right now, definitely check out my other videos because we talk a lot about SCHD on this channel. But all in all, this ETF still to this day is on my daily buy list. I grab 1 to 2 shares on average every single day, and I'm planning on doing this all the way until the end of this year. Another ETF that's on my June buy list, this is an ETF that I hold a ton of. I think I have just over 500 shares as of right now, but I'm talking about JEPQ, the JPMorgan Nasdaq Equity Premium Income ETF, an ETF that I've held for quite a while now, but I haven't really added more shares of in a while. Now, the reason I'm going to start adding some more shares of JEPQ is because when it comes down to it, I'm a huge fan of JEPQ strategy. Overall, I'm a huge fan of the covered call income-oriented strategy with lots of the ETFs out there, things like JEPI, JEPQ, SPYI, etc., etc. But in that covered call income focus class of ETFs, if you will, JEPQ, in my opinion, because of the strategy and because of JEPQ's holdings, it's sort of the best ETF to do it of all time. Now, on top of that, JEPQ did also just announce their June dividend, which is pretty big, which once again just does go to show that if there's some volatility in the market, some decent volatility, these covered call style ETFs can pay quite a bit to investors in the form of dividends. So even though I haven't grabbed any new fresh shares of this ETF in a while, this is on my buy list. I'm going to grab some more shares of JEPQ in the month of June. Another one on my buy list is SPYI. This has definitely been on my daily buy list now for probably 2 or 3 months every single day. I think I'm sitting somewhere north of 400 shares as of right now, maybe more or less, I can't remember. But the NEOS S&P 500 High Income ETF is what I would consider, at least so far, one of the perfect cover call income style ETFs to do it right. And although this ETF is rather new, it seems like one of the best ETFs to do it. Now I've been grabbing at least 1 to 2 shares of this fund on a daily basis, and I'm going to keep on doing so, most likely until I build out a position near 1,000 shares, so it's going to be a while still. SPYI pays around 48, 49, or 50 cents on a monthly basis to investors, so what I love about SPYI is that every single time you buy a share for say $49, $50 or so per share, you're almost, quote unquote, theoretically guaranteed a dividend of around 50 cents next month. SPYI is one of my favorites, definitely look into it if you haven't already. A single stock that I'm adding more to my portfolio in the month of June is definitely Main or Main Street Capital. Main Street Capital is my favorite business development company. Not only does it pay a dividend monthly, but also has paid several special dividends over time, which if you add up the special dividends and the regular dividends, we're talking like 8% per year in a dividend yield with dividend growth on top of that. And not to mention, Main Street Capital's share price seems to just keep on growing. For dividend growth focused investors that want upside potential but also want dividends from day one, want monthly dividends, and want basically everything good about every dividend growth style stock, definitely check out Main Street Capital if you haven't already. Now last but not least, one of the ETFs that I'm going to probably start buying in June if not July is ticker symbol DGRW, or the WisdomTree US Quality Dividend Growth Fund. Now I've been pretty vocal that I want to start buying more DGRW and more sort of growth focus with dividends on the back end, dividend growth style ETFs. But honestly, probably not until a little bit later this year. Now, DGRW is one of my favorite highest quality dividend growth style ETFs across the entire market, and specifically speaking, it's because the holdings that are in this fund. With DGRW giving you so much exposure to technology, you're getting a top 10 holdings of things like Microsoft, Apple, abbvie, you're getting Johnson & Johnson, Broadcom, the Home Depot. You're getting around 300 different companies, but again, the majority of the ETF is made up of things like Microsoft and Apple. So because DGRW's holdings are made up the way they are, when interest rates are going to get cut sometime this year, and then of course onwards into 2025, I think a lot of these top 10 holdings are going to benefit greatly. This fund does pay a dividend monthly. It only offers like a 1.5% dividend yield, but if you're looking for a high quality dividend growth style ETF, definitely look into DGRW. So there we have it. Those are 7 different stocks and ETFs that I'm planning on buying a ton of in the month of June to not only hopefully raise my dividend income forward significantly by the end of this month, but also to hopefully grow my portfolio and my net worth on top of that. Now, if I was to ask you what's the number 1 stock or ETF that you're planning to add into your portfolio in the month of June, let us know which one it is by dropping the ticker symbol in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to please drop a like on it and subscribe for more future content like this. Thanks as always for stopping by, and if you are interested in investing, make sure to check out these recent videos I posted right here.